would now like to introduce our guest speaker for the evening, Governor Jay Nixon. Governor Nixon graduated from the University of Missouri-Columbia and returned to his hometown of DeSoto, Missouri to practice as an attorney. He was elected to his first term as a Missouri senator and represented Jefferson County for 6 years, passing legislation that expanded prenatal care for expectant mothers. In 1992, Governor Nixon was elected as Missouri's Attorney General, serving a record 4 terms. He was elected Missouri's 55th governor on November 4, 2008. Governor Nixon has served Missourians with an emphasis on job creation, affordable health care, and education. Ladies, please welcome our guest speaker, Governor Jay Nixon.
Congratulations on your position. Serve with honor and distinction, as I know you will. Congratulations to everybody here for being part of this incredible program, this elite program in our state, where we bring the best and brightest from all throughout the Show Me State together. In this job, I get to go back to back. Last week was Boy State, this week is Girl State. So that's it's just a tremendous opportunity as governor of the state to look out over that short period of time and see, over 1,600 between the two, just incredibly outstanding young people. It's really an inspiration to all of us. Now, what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to give a relatively short speech here. It feels real short to me, perhaps not quite as short to y'all. And then I'm going to do some official business here, and I even made sure I brought a senator along with me to make sure we got that work done tonight. I'm going to sign a bill into law here this evening. Bill I think is pretty important that the legislature worked real hard on last couple of years, especially this year, to get it done. Then I'll do what's the best and most fun part of this for me, which is I'll open myself up to question and answers, and we'll try to get to as many as we can this evening, just to make sure you can ask your governor in an open setting, whatever you want to ask him. So, more than 70 years ago, the first class in Missouri Girls State was held at William Woods College in Fulton. Since that time, tens of thousands of young women have been a part of this program and have gone on to serve our state and our country in remarkable ways. From the forefront of industry and government to the ranks of our nation's military, to university classrooms, research labs, and thousands of other ways that have contributed to our society. You literally stand on the shoulders of giants that have come before you. I can say with certainty that in this room tonight is Missouri's next generation of innovators, stateswomen, and entrepreneurs. And Missouri is the right state for those who are innovative and have the entrepreneurial spirit. One of the strong signs of that was earlier this year when, in the last 4 years, we have moved on what's the Kauffman Center does a yearly ranking of entrepreneurial business startup capacity of states, and we have moved from 49th to 38th to 33rd to this year's 6th in the country. This Missouri is a great place to start a business and to get going at it, and we've worked together to try to make that happen, and it hasn't happened by accident. We've made it a priority to promote startups and innovative businesses. We want people not just having jobs, but careers, not just thinking about working for people, but owning things. And what better place to start than the young, bright people of our state of Missouri. The next Indra Nooyi, who's the CEO of PepsiCo, might be in this room, or the next Hillary Clinton or Condoleezza Rice right here, or it might be you. So we're counting on leaders to come from this great group here, and we'll do whatever we can to make sure that it's possible that you do. Now, this week at Girl State, you are focusing on civics in action, learning about both politics and governing, and recognizing the difference between the two. To know what politics is, you need to start with what governing is. Because if you engage in politics for the right reasons and you play fair, the prize of politics is governing. Governing is service. It's just that simple. If you don't have a deep driving commitment to serve, stay out of governing. And if you have no interest in governing, you certainly have no business in politics. Governing means serving the public by ensuring that the business of government runs efficiently, fairly, and openly. It is a way for people to do things better collectively than we're able to do ourselves. If governing is service, then politics is supposed to be the public debate about what services should be provided and how best to provide them. Everyone pretty much agrees on some basic services that government should provide, roads, schools, law enforcement, for example. But even on these basic issues, there is and there should be constant debate on how to best deliver those services. This debate requires critical thinking and an honest dialogue. Just by being selected here to Girls State, each of you has shown that you are someone who thinks for herself. And you also have impressed some folks from your hometowns to be here in this very, very august group. You understand that thinkers analyze and consider both sides of a debate before coming to a conclusion. It is up to you to become informed about the issues, especially the ones that impact you. Then transform that information into action, not only when you're eligible to vote, but also by getting involved now in being part of the action and passion of your time. It is very important that we have an informed citizenry. It is very important that we listen as well as talk. Now, one of the issues that called me to public service was education. My mom was a teacher and the first woman to serve as the school board president back in my hometown of DeSoto. My dad had a key role in starting Missouri's first community college back in Jefferson County. My wife was taught in public schools, and her father, Hubert Wheeler, was our state's first commissioner of education. Public education in Missouri holds a valued place for all of us. And as I say oftentimes as I travel the state, in Missouri, public education is a value, not a political position. It's something we share, and we try to make better each and every day. Now, one of the ways we're working to serve the people of our state is by preparing today's students for tomorrow's economy through a quality education. Simply put, we want to make sure we're preparing all of you to get a job, earn a living, and be successful in your lives, and at the same time, have a better understanding of this increasingly interdependent world that we live in. You know, it's a world economy now. Back when I was your age, quite frankly, 5 or 10 years ago, it wasn't. It used to be regional economies, even American economy. Now, as we sit here, the competition that we're in for the future is an international one. Things that happen all around the world affect what happens right here. A Greek debt crisis causes a 1,000-point drop in the market. A tsunami in Japan causes energy problems. So issues in the Middle East cause gas prices to go up. It's an interdependent economic world. So what we're trying to do is identify industries poised for growth and align our curriculum priorities to meet those so that your education puts you on a ramp to meet the competition of the future. Engineers, scientists, innovators, and teachers will continue to play a key role in the global economy, and success in those areas is only attainable with a quality college education. You know, getting done with just high school, we've got to keep going. Whether it's a 1-year certification, a 2-year certification, a 4-year college degree, or graduate degree, the bottom line is that the educated will win the future. We've worked with Missouri's higher education leaders in setting a goal of increasing the percentage of Missourians with post-secondary degree from 35% to 60% by the year 2020. That's an aggressive goal, and a goal we're moving toward, aggressively, I should note. Enrollment at our public colleges has surged over the past 3 years, setting records each fall. And to help families afford college, we've held down tuition costs so that the average tuition increase at our 4-year public universities has been the lowest in the country over these past 3 years. And even during these tight budget times, we've funded our financial aid programs, we expanded our A+ program, our 2-year scholarship, and we're continuing to work. And earlier this month, I signed a bill that's going to help more Missouri students get their degrees by removing obstacles to students when they transfer and move around. Now, all of those things aren't done so that I can make a speech. Not done so I can stand here and talk about what I may or may not have accomplished. They are done to provide each and every one of you an opportunity to have the tools to create your own future. So I know that you will be the leaders of Missouri's economy of the future, just as you're demonstrating your leadership skills by being here today. Now, there are many lessons to be learned here at Girls State that will apply throughout your lives. One that I know is especially true in Jefferson City is that when we stand together on common ground, we can provide for the common good. We saw several examples of that this last year, including the bill I'm going to sign in just a couple of minutes here. Senate Bill 576. Senate Bill 576 strengthens our public education system by putting in place greater accountability and performance standards for our charter schools. Now, we have had those public charter schools in the large cities. We've had some that have done incredibly well. We've also had some that have had real and serious problems, gone broke, had issues. We needed accountability in that system. We also needed to provide the opportunity for public school districts around the state to have the same opportunities that those in the cities have if they want to choose that level of governance for a portion of their district. And consequently, we worked the entire session and put that together. We have some strong charter schools where young people are getting a top-notch education, as I said before, but we have some that are problematic. Just within the last few years, we've seen charter schools in Missouri that have had to close their doors because of academic and financial reasons. In St. Louis, those include multiple campuses of Imagine Campus, for example, as well as Ethel Hedgeman Lyle Academy. In Kansas City, the Renaissance Academy for Math and Science is a charter as well. The failure of charter schools impacts the community in our state and is a serious setback for students and parents the school is supposed to serve. It has been clear that stronger accountability standards were necessary. So, what's that get us to here in a minute? Sign the bill that was sponsored by a man that will join us up here on stage in just a minute, Senator Bill Stouffer, from north of here. And also helping on the House side was Representative Tashara Jones of St. Louis. Now, I would dare say that Senator Stouffer and Tashara Jones don't agree on everything. I think that would be a very safe statement. But they agreed there was a challenge here. They also saw a path forward. The path forward they saw was if we're going to have public charter schools in the state, they need to have accountability. And if we're going to have public charter schools in the state of Missouri, then all school districts need the option to have that as one of their competitive options. And so they came together. A leader from rural Missouri, a woman from inside the city of St. Louis, and they worked with their colleagues over the last year to put this bill on my desk, and in a few short moments it'll be the law of the state of Missouri. I say that not because it's the only bill that was a good bill this year, but for me, it's emblematic, very emblematic of how Missouri is differentiating ourselves from many places around the country. I mean, you see these folks in Washington, D.C. that spend their time yelling at each other all day and then going on Fox and MSNBC at night, yelling at each other at night and then patting each other on the back as if they've gotten some progress done. You see other states where in the state capitals, people spend their time protesting instead of focused on getting some progress. And I'm just extremely proud of some of the leaders that we have here in our state that have assisted us, even during these difficult times, to bring people together, get common sense reforms when we need them, and work together to move our state forward. So here's what I'm going to do. I told you my speech would be short, and you'd only have to suffer through it for just a short period of time. What I'm going to do, I'm going to ask your leaders to jump over here with me, Governor Buckner and the other girls state delegates to sign me. I want the senator to come up if you would. I'm going to make some law right here, and if you've got questions for me, get ready. I'll come back to the podium. I'll be ready to answer any question anybody here can ask me. Senator, if you come up, I'd appreciate it.